Alright, welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, Millennium Dawn modded playthrough of Colombia. And if you were watching last time, we are starting to get everything ready for preparatory phases of a war. Radar station anywhere is going to help us immensely for a lot of our operations. So I probably want to do this for intel. Less advantageous than if we were doing land or sea stuff, or sorry, air or sea stuff, but it does help. The 3.5 billion is a bit of money that I don't want to spend. Political power gain is hard to pass up. I think I am going to go ahead and take this for the tax revenue gain and tax rate change so that I can adjust our tax rate and just do it that way. We got our extra research slot because we've got enough GDP per capita. It actually affects power generation and nuclear fuel consumption, so that's pretty huge. But again, GDP per capita is a function of productivity. So I'm going to go for the productivity bonuses right now. And looks like our pop growth is exceeding our rate of employment growth, our workforce requirements, as we are not dropping. We are actually losing ground there. Oh, this is not good. All right, too big to fail. We'll just keep pumping money into these problems. We're going to have to take out a loan, though, fairly quickly if things like this keep happening to us. So we get a second agent. Perfect. Looks like research-wise, data mining is going to come through. That'll help. Minor research bonuses are always nice. And it reduces our lack of resource penalty for production. So that's pretty crazy. That'll be good for machine learning. I want to say we're probably safe now. Like the bare minimum factories we'll have is a 2 stack with 2 on the second stack. So that's improvement. It's not going to be fluctuating as much. So we'll be pumping out factories here. This is really going to hurt our energy though. So let me check research. 4 months-ish, 4.5 months. We'll be good on energy. Or power consumption, I guess. Alright, so we got that option locked in. A couple things to note that from last time that I think I would have done differently. I think I would have gone this route for power. If I had a choice. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to take these yet. I'm going to go ahead and wait. We'll go for the military stuff. Oh, this would be too many. I don't even need that many. Find defense industries. Gives you productivity bonuses, so it will be worth getting all those eventually. I'm not going to have the power to supply all those factories, so let's go ahead and change what we're doing. Where's the Santander? What I was thinking is, I'm not seeing that road. There it is. We'll go ahead and pick that like that. We'll do that build queue there. All right, let's see what we can do for our military to get us in a more advantageous position. Amphibious stuff is not what we need. Planning could be nice, but that's a regular general. Yeah, I think hill fighting bonuses are not to be underrated here. No, I'm not. It's funny that this actually gives us significantly more income. Like 4 billion a week is crazy. But it's not real. Not real money for us. Special forces attack is what's going to pay off in the long run there. Go ahead and just sit on the rest of that. Get this guy into position. See if I can defend this entire length even. Yeah, that's, we just barely have enough units. Is that 2 stacks on 1 tile? 2 tiles, I guess, really. And then I guess these are droppable. I should probably move them to their own unit. And Ukraine has their own thing going on. So let me go ahead and pull these out. Move them to their own unit. I'll just go ahead and give them the naval invasion guy, even though that's not really relevant. Give them amphibious. If I switch to a different unit, that'd be fine. Entrenchment bonuses could be good. But honestly, invasion speed is going to help the most later on. It's not going to be good for this unit. I'm going to go ahead and put the heavy lift craft that we have into 1 division here. And if I were to do a military plan, I'm looking at supply lines as preferable points. So particularly here, here or along here somewhere. With okay, let's go ahead and reevaluate what we're doing. So I can do air assaults along the supply line. That'll cut off supplies from their capital to their front line, and that would give us probably enough of an advantage alone doing that we'd win these fights. So these units will die. They would definitely get deleted and fully destroyed. Yeah. I might just do this for the political power gain. I may lose income though, but it'd be worth it. The power situation is terrible. Really bad. That's how you know you made the wrong choice. Should have chose the other option. Yeah, I'm really not big on this mechanized brigade thing, but let's go with an infantry. What is this? I don't even know what the name of that is. What does this require? This requires utility vehicles and then regular infantry equipment. I just want anything with utility vehicles is fine. Anything beyond that is not. I'm with those helicopter service support, and then I'm not going to add anything beyond that. And we just want regular light infantry. Combat width is this line battalion slot is locked. To unlock, a player needs to fill a specific condition, but it doesn't say what that condition is. So that's weird. That would be 23 width. I don't know. 2007 Colombian. I don't even know what. Like hands is what, like manos? What are feet? No, we want the money. We don't care about Russian tanks. Bunch of junk. All right, let's get here. Yeah, we'll keep going down the pop bonuses. Yeah, heavy lift aircraft. I'm not surprised. 2005. Power consumption. Definitely still the biggest concern. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and place 8 divisions in Bogota. Yes. Gonna go ahead and trade with neighbors, so that'll recover the influence we lost because of the economic crisis. The trillion in debt, that's pretty terrible. Really no desire to raise taxes. But I do want to grab this before I just sit with no focus going for a second. We're barely a minor power. Yeah, they used what, almost 100,000 troops of our manpower just to get the light infantry. Probably gonna do 2 full divisions. I'll go for 16. I don't want them immediately, but we're definitely gonna need them. Ten years to build. No chance. Not happening. We're almost to the military. Venezuela thought they were the only one that was gonna do something crazy. Kurdistan having a civil war was not on my bucket list. I do need to say that. That is unexpected. It's actually a surprise. I guess this is gonna help. I still think I chose the wrong power options. I need to go down a different tree when I do the generic branch. 2008. This is almost a year to build a power plant for a reactor. Pretty insane. That's even with the buff for taking the IMF debt restructuring. All right, I want these two to be our special operation command, or something more like, would it be like Commandos Especiales? This will be. Gotta go with HOCOM for home command. The first airborne. Hands all out of whack. 3D printers. I got some other notice too. I don't particularly know what it was that I missed. All right, so we got trade with neighbors done. Could do this. Just to get it out of the way. Yeah, I'll do that. Just so I'm ready to go down the alignment stuff, and if it'll let me get the militarization choices at some point. Yeah, see, the international bankers already hate us. The landowners don't like us either. Man, that's really gonna hurt our tax revenue. Just a bunch of demerits, man. When do I lose the buff? And which of these symbols is the buff? This is it. 2008. So a month. Basically. Well, half a month. I'm going to need political power for that. It's all around bad. Yeah, so we'll get our alignment debate done. We're going to lose our interest rate reduction of 2. So this is going to go over to 10% right away. And then on top of that, once I switch to military and get rid of international bankers, it'll go up another percent. So we'll be at 11. But I need enough political power I can accept the monetary relief, or even request it when offered. A little foresight here. I need at least 1,600 political power to make this work. And I am definitely not there. Yeah, I should be at Pretty bad. I did combat foreign influence. Let's look where our... If I take the 15% with the United States, that'll put us at 70. 70 is really high. Another 100 would be really nice. That's really bad. Really not good. I'm surprised we're not over the 10%. We're at the 997. I think it's only 99 cents kind of level of cost. $2 days. Oh gosh, Saudi Arabia doing weird things. Yeah, so I could take this. It's not a ton of money for us anymore. I'm just gonna wait though till we get political power. I want at least the 1600 mark. I think that's what it costs, right? Let's look. Why do I have 9 billion? Yeah. But they'll pay 200 billion, so that's pretty cool. Here, they're paying half that. They'll pay 100. That's nothing. I have to spend double the political power. Definitely doing Brazil and IMF is better than just the US alone. But if I can do all three, that'd be worthwhile one time. I'm gonna assume I have more than one, right? Nope, just one guy. One guy. Alright, let's make this happen. Get the military. Interest rate should be worse. Yep. Yep, they really don't like when you do that. And I just need the political power. So close. I'm going to go ahead and pay that down. I'm going to take the US one this time. I think. Just because I don't have the political power. We'll go and we'll sit on that. Yeah, and you look how much that lowered our... Then we'll just build up political power. Go for the intervention. And then we're going to click all those at once. We'll save up 300 political power. Push our... We're also going to try and fight for our influence as well at the same time. Yeah. Problematic. We'll get it recovered though. Losing that extra 50 because of our scale of our nation, I guess. What would you call that? They're like the rating. Like, are we a superpower? The superpower scale, I guess you could call it. We're not superpower as we are as a non-power. All right. Go ahead and get these guys. We'll make them their own unit. And unfortunately, we do not care about that. So let's get a field commander promoted. Just one of these guys from one of these divisions is fine. Oh, he's reckless. Nice. This way you want to see. Pablo Franco. All right, we're going to put both of these guys, never mind, under one army group. Go ahead and I didn't mean to delete those, but that's fine. It already happened. Put this commander over them. We'll give them the offensive doctrine and recovery rate. We'll set this guy up here. Let's get this fixed back up because I messed that up. And that's where we want them to land at, so just a little quick jump right across. Get our other planes. We're gonna get our multi-role fighters. That up here. All right, so we're gonna have one group doing air superiority. I'm gonna move those guys to close combat support, air support, and then these will be doing strategic bombing. Perfect. And we'll just throw all those infantry divisions in that infantry guys commanders group. All right, perfect. Perfect application. Definitely need domestic independence. So let's start doing the research or the focus tree there. (2010). Yeah, we're approaching that, so that's not too far ahead. Not ideal, but that'll give us productivity and pop growth, which we do need now. Yeah, ideally, first battle plan is to take this port. And we also want to meet up at this crossroad. And once we take that, we want to kind of push out into this supply line. A couple first strike options. Yeah, and if that looks crazy to anyone, the reason, right, is first I'm going to hit the supply line that's going through here, like this. So I want to reduce our front line first off by taking this area. Then I want to choke out the supply line, and then from there I can move here to just make a unified front, and I can push through these mountains to the east coast. And then just sweep around like that. But who knows what's going to happen. I wonder if I have a research slot yet. I do not. We do not have $1 trillion. Oh, we're so close to $1 trillion in GDP. That's disappointing. This is actually very disappointing. I'm going to go ahead and wait until I'm caught up here. And I move our nuclear reactors that I'm building down so that I don't forget. Our fuel. Okay, so we're not using too much fuel. Yeah, so once this is done, I can go ahead and end this episode. But let's check out the economy, just see where we're at. Be hovering right at that $1 trillion mark, so we're catching up to Europe a little bit. We're also... I love how I got the plant and now I don't have power, too. Love how that works. There we go. That fixed it. Yeah, so we got everything we needed there. Let's check out our logistics and then I'll close this off, or stop this, as we're short helicopters. No. Crazy how that happens. 300 days. Definitely want that. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch everyone on the next episode. Y'all have a good one.